Hello everyone, welcome to another of my video. So as you well know, this is the third video in the series we have been speaking about how to study in a foreign country, particularly emphasis on Germany. So after this video I have one more video to go, and that will round off this particular playlist. So in the last video I'm having an interview with a friend of mine who just finished with his masters here in Germany, and he is currently starting a PhD position. So he's going to be sharing with us all the lessons he picked up, how we can approach the German education system, do well, and for those of us who plan to maybe stay back in the country, how we can easily transition to getting a job, or like in this case a PhD position. So you actually want to look out for that video. Is the value part. I think it will be out maybe a week from now or towards the end of this week. So I want to suggest that you subscribe and keep an eye on this channel. But for today I'm going to be speaking about two things. First is frequently asked questions. In the past couple of weeks I've had tons of questions thrown at me, and I'm just going to provide a general answer, because actually all of the questions had just one answer. Then secondly, I'm going to touch very briefly on the other two methods of providing your proof of sustenance. If you recall, last week I actually had an interview where we spoke at length about the scholarship, and then today I'm going to throw more light on blocked account in case you plan on coming with a blocked account, or the sponsorship letter. So for the frequently asked questions, now I've had a lot of questions thrown at me in the past couple of weeks. People have asked, do I need to notarize this document for this school? Do I need to send this document? Do I need to send this document? Do I need to apply through Uni Assist? And all of my answers have been the same. Just follow the instruction of the school. I said this a lot of times in the first video I made, because that first video I made, the live session, the 1 hour plus video, it's practically a blueprint, and it's a very, very wonderful guide to all the things you would ever need. So what I would expect is that when you go on the school's website, or you go to the DAD's website, just read the instruction. I kept hammering on the point that different schools have their own requirements, so you're just simply supposed to read the requirements and follow through. This is one skill that you must actually hone, that comprehension skill, the fact that you can research on your own, just read things through and just follow the instructions. And in cases where you're not so sure, where you're not so certain, you can search out the contact emails of the schools and write to them. Because all the questions I received in the past couple of weeks, they're practically questions that had answers in the pages of the school's websites. So please, I want to encourage you, just take out time to read instructions and do what the school asks you to do. If the school asks you notarize 5 documents, please notarize 5. If they do not ask you to notarize and you're not so sure, you can send them an email to confirm. So I'm still open to answering your questions when I have the time, but please ensure that they are questions that you've not found answers to. Not questions that if you just simply read up, you would have the answers to it. So please, I want to encourage you, try to read things up and just follow through the instructions. So the second thing I want to talk about, if you're planning to come to Germany with a blocked account, first thing I would advise you to do is spend most of your effort in securing the admission. But of course, while you're at it, make sure you're also thinking about the money you need to block, and you're finding ways around it. And so when you have the NERA ready, or even before you do, you should open a German account. So there are 2 ways, like I said, but but trying to open an account with Deutsche Bank is quite stressful, but you can open an online account, and that's really easy. You just do it from the comfort of your room with an online banking platform called Fintiba. Fintiba. So you could Google fintiba.com, and then they ask you for some documents, and then you open your account. So you have a German account, and it's online. So after you've gotten your admission and you go for your interview, so when your interview is done, you can ask your interviewer, maybe after everything is done, ask for maybe permission to go and block the money. And so if he or she gives you the thumbs up, then you just have to block the money into the German account you already opened. So how do you go about blocking the money? Let's say you already have the Nigeria NERA somewhere in your account. So how do you transfer it to your Fintiba account? Now there are basically 2 ways. that I know of. The first is through any of the Nigerian banks. So you can walk up to any of the banks and tell them, okay, you need to block a certain amount for educational purposes. Some of these banks will ask you to open a dollar account, or others may have their own way around it. Or if you even have a dollar account, then it's also pretty easy. You just transfer directly. Okay, so the first method that I know of is just through the banks, any of the Nigerian banks. Now the second method is if you have a person who lives in Europe and is in need of Naira, so maybe the person was thinking of transferring euros to Nigeria or something. So you could actually talk with this person and come to an agreement, and then the person sends the euros to your Fintiba account, your German account, and then you can credit their Naira accounts with the Naira equivalent. You understand? So yeah, basically those are the two methods, either through the bank or through a person who has euros. Okay, so that's for blocked accounts. And also, do not be scared of blocked account stuff, even if it happens that, although it's rare, but if it happens that for some reason you're not granted the visa, your money is still safe. Okay, you can get it back. Okay, so yeah, everything is fine. Then to the second one, you need a sponsor who is either a resident in Germany or a citizen of Germany. Okay, so that disqualifies international students. So do not write to a student like you who is doing his master's and expect the person to be a sponsor. No, the person has to have a permanent residence in Germany or is a citizen of Germany, and of course has a certain level of income. Okay, so if you have such a person, either a person is your relative or a friend or a business partner, you can talk to that person, and if they agree to be your sponsor, to stand for you, what they need to do is to go to their city and go to the city office or maybe the immigration office, okay, depending on the city, and then they let them know that, okay, this is what I want this set of obligation. There's a name is called in German. I could find out the name and also include it in the detail of this video. And so they find out from this office the documents they need to present, so that they can get this letter of obligation. So they may have to, of course, be in contact with you, because the German city may require some documents from you, maybe your passport or something. So whatever they require of you, again, follow instructions, get sent to them. And so if everything goes well, I think they will do their checks to make sure that the person who is trying to sponsor meets all the requirements. And so if everything goes well, then I think in about 3-4 days or a week at most, your sponsor can have this document ready. And so what they need to do is they find a way to post the document from Germany back to you, because you need that document to get your visa, because that document is the proof that you have a sponsor in Germany who is going to stand for you. And I'm going to add something to this. If you come with a blocked account, that means when you come to Germany, you are not stranded, because you already have money in your account. And so once you land, from the first month they start paying you out of your own money. So at least you have money for your accommodation, for your feeding and all of those things. If you come with a scholarship, that's also advantageous, because when you land, you're not stranded too. Okay, because the scholarship board starts paying you. However, if you come with a sponsorship letter, you must have plans. When you come with a sponsorship letter, that means first, you do not have a German account, or if you had one, you do not have money inside of it, because you only come with a letter. So you must have had plans to how you can survive for the next 2, 3, 4 months in case you plan on getting a job and sustaining yourself. So please have plans, so that you do not come and you're stranded, or or become a burden to your sponsor. So you should have an agreement with your sponsor. If the sponsor says, okay, I'm going to sponsor you for the whole 12 months or for 3 months or for 4 months or none at all, but have that agreement so that you prepare ahead of time. But when you come with a sponsorship letter, you have no money in your account except you bring money from Nigeria. So please plan right, so that whatever method you're using, you really understand the details and the implications also. Okay, so that's all from me for today. Remember, I have one more video to round off this playlist, and like I said, it's value packed. Okay, it's an interview session, life lessons, and it should be dropping by the weekend. I hope you got value from this video. Please do not forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and please also share with your friends. Okay, so till I come your way again, stay safe, and remember, follow instructions.